It is certainly still very early in this season. The Flyers have played 14 games, which means they have 68 left. And we've seen this team have a good few months in recent years, only to regress aggressively. But damn, if I am not really enjoying a little early season success for the Orange and Black. It's nice just turning on a game and having a chance to win and seeing different players contribute every night, seeing goalies actually make saves, and young players aging into their primes. Now, like I said earlier in the week, there are going to be inconsistencies, but those are just a part of the ride, and seeing how the team responds to a bad period or a bad game or a bad weekend like they just had, and who will step up to swing the momentum, that is all part of it, and it makes it very enjoyable. It has been a refreshing start to the year following the last, let's call it, season and a half and really 5 seasons of Flyers hockey. And I hope fans can, even though I am one of the culprits, we host PHLY Flyers every day and we dive into every little micro issue, but I hope fans can put aside things like worrying about the draft lottery or Matvei Michkov's ice time or why they sent down this player and didn't call up that guy, and just enjoy a little bit of decent hockey after everything we have seen with this team. Hey, everybody, how you doing? Well, that's good. Welcome to Philadelphia. My name is Bill Matz, and I am your Director of Fun and Games for the afternoon. We are presented by our friends at Bet Parks, and we are live in the Xfinity Lounge. Joining me, it's the host of PHLY Phillies and my esteemed producer, Tyler Zulli. How's it going over there, Tyler? You seem to be hammering those buttons hard today.
We left the Philly show on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
You'll never know what we talked about, but it happened. Yeah, we're having some fun times here at PHLY today. The internet apparently is out across the city in some places. And,
that's good.
Yeah, we're having a good time.
Oh, it's the city. It's like
it's not just us.
That makes me feel better.
It's not just us.
Everyone making fun of us for not paying our internet bill. It's not our fault.
I'm not going to confirm nor deny we actually did pay the internet bill.
I don't know
who
pays the bills or whose responsibility that is. But if this is like everyone on the block has no internet, it's not our fault. I'm blaming the union transfer personally. I bet they probably had something to do with it. I blame them for everything because they're like most of the inconveniences in my life.
If there's a bad show there tonight, it's their fault.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, how could you have a show without internet? How could people get their Instagram videos and let you know they were at a concert? Anyway, let's hit some headlines. So the Flyers win 3-1 last night. They sweep their little 2-game road trip. And the major headline, Matvei Michkov broke a 9-game goal drought. He scored his second of the year, tied the game at 1 in the second period. Nice assist to Cam York. And it's not going great for Mish right now, I'm not going to lie. But I've put a date on it. We'll talk about it in a little bit. I'm not judging him until a certain date this season. I'm going to kind of just give him a pass for maybe not having the most productive summer, not having the best start to the season. He's learning a new system. He's got a new coach. He's a millionaire for the first time. There's a lot of reasons maybe he's not having the season or didn't have the offseason he needed to avoid a sophomore slump. But maybe we can just hope that, last night gets him going. He finally scores that goal. Big celebration. You could tell he really wanted it. Let's just hope. On the other end, though, Dan Vladar looked like the guy from the first 6 starts. He's got his save percentage up to, I think, 917 now. He was phenomenal last night. The Flyers played great defense in the third period. For the first half of that game, though, it was chaos in front of Dan Vladar, and he looked very much like the guy that we were joking, Dan Vladar, all that stuff, Vezina candidate Dan Vladar. He looked the part of a number one goaltender last night, and I was excited to see, okay, how's he bounce back? We've never seen him in this spot before. He had an game against the Leafs. He had a terrible game against Montreal. How does he respond? He responds with maybe his best game of the season. We're going to talk about the Flyers a little more coming up in just a bit. But in another case of how good is anyone in the NFL really, the Broncos win. They beat the 2-6, now 2-7 Raiders by a score of 10-7 on prime time at home. 10-7. That's not an acceptable quarter of football in the NFL. If I turn on a game and only see 17 points in a quarter, I'm like, this sucks. Like, if it's just a random game, primetime game, I need 30 plus in a game from one team at least. 17 points in a 60-minute game is just garbage, as Tyler put there on the screen. Who are these great teams? Like, when I read a headline that Sauce Gardner, and listen, getting out of the Jets, like if he got traded to, like the Shanghai Sharks or whatever, he probably would have been excited. But like, imagine you play, you play in New Jersey, but you're in the New York market and you get traded to the Indianapolis Colts and you say you were running circles around your kitchen when you got the news. Like, to be traded to Indy, that's where we are with the NFL right now. Like, that's what we're doing. It's the Colts. Who the hell? I have said all along, I think the Eagles have a great chance to repeat. But just watching like every team over the last 2 weeks, I don't know who's beating them in a big game. Given their big game pedigree and their level of talent, it will take a phenomenal effort for anyone in this league, I think, to compete with the Eagles when there is something on the line.
I'm telling you, man, in the NFC, I look around and I really do see two teams. I think the Rams are legitimate and formidable, and I do think that the Bucs are still a problem because of past experiences.
It just never goes well.
The rest of the league, like, I know Detroit is good. I know Green Bay is good, but like, are they great? Right now, I don't know.
I just don't. Yeah, it'll probably be tight games. We'll probably be on the edge of their seat. I'm sure I'll throw my phone 3 or 4 times. That is often my go-to move, is slam the phone. 2008 Phillies playoffs, I went through like 3 phones. But like, right now, if you're like, Birds are a 3-point favorite against the Lions and the Packers in a playoff game, I'd be like, yeah, betting that. Like, they're winning. Like, I don't have any fear of those teams. The Rams, yeah, I don't know if I fear the Rams, but it's like, I know that'll be a tight game. I don't expect them to blow them out the way I think they could the Packers. Like, I just think they have far more pedigree and will be far more ready for the moment than the Packers will be. LA, I do think that, and we've seen Tampa. Listen, they've got a lot of vets on that team. Baker's, he's just a pain in the ass. He's going to make those 2 plays that you go, how? Really? Like, this is why we're going to lose because of this nonsense. But like, I don't know if I have any fear of any, like, oh man, I just hope someone can take care of them for us. We're that team to me. I just think the Eagles are that team. And watching, like, yeah, man, we lost to the Broncos. I get it. That was, they played a really good fourth quarter. They came back, credit to them. They ended a really long streak for the Eagles. But, like, I don't know, play that game 9, 10 more times. The Eagles win like 7.
Last year you bring up the, like, oh, wow, I really would like to see somebody eliminate that team because I don't want to play. Like, there was a back of my mind thing of Detroit would be difficult in Detroit.
Yeah.
And Washington,
on that fast track, I know our defense showed out as it did, especially in the Super Bowl. But I wasn't convinced we could hold them to like 17 points.
But then Washington goes in and steamrolls them. Yeah. Jared Goff plays terrible. There was weird play calling from Ben Johnson. It was a bad game. And then you go into the game against Washington, and you're like, oh, yeah, this is... I didn't expect 55-17.
No.
But like, a double digit felt very realistic.
I was comparing it to, and I wasn't the only one who made this comparison, that NFC Championship, like, when the Eagles got there against the Rams in 2001. Like, yeah, man, great run for the Birds. They're maybe ahead of a schedule. Great future for them. But this is the greatest show on turf over here. They're winning this game. And that game was way tighter than I think like anybody really expected. But it was kind of that situation. Washington had a 0% chance. Like the way all the guys on the 2017 team said they're dancing in the end zone, and then they see the Patriots come out the crazy train, and they're like, there's just no way we're losing this game. Like that was the Eagles also that day against Washington. Like wasn't happening. And I don't expect them to do that to anyone in the playoffs this year because those two games were just ridiculous. But I just don't. I'm looking around like, man, if it's like it would have to be the Super Bowl. But man, if it's the Colts, like sign me up for another 17, 18-point win. Because that's what's going to happen. I just don't see how they'll do that in that spot. But, hey, man, I guess anything could happen. I'm just looking around the NFL and more confident than ever that we could have a repeat on our hands.
And I think, by the way, we probably are still watching like a B-level Eagles team right now.
Yeah.
Like, I think they're good. They're very good. I know there's more in the tank for this team.
Oh, they need to play better on the whole than they did in the first half. But I just know it's in there. Like we talked about yesterday, like I think this might be the healthiest they've been all year because they came in with O-line injuries. You're dealing with some things. You're coming off of a long season. Now with the schedule they've had really over the last month and now coming off a bye, perfect timing, I think, for them as we start November.
And I do think with the schedule you laid out yesterday, we were talking about how good the teams are coming up. Like you might see the Eagles play better in the second half and have a slightly lesser record.
Yeah,
but not feel like overly like if you lose a tight game to Buffalo down the stretch, you lost to a really good team. If you lose a tight game to Green Bay on Monday. You lost to a good team. I don't know how great they are, but you lost to a good team. But you have started to stockpile some of the wins against those good teams.
Yes.
The Rams, the Bucks. Who else? They beat. I mean, beating Dallas. Obviously, it's but it's a division game in the first game of the season. It meant something. Like you have stacked some wins against good teams because now you have even better teams coming up in some cases.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, on the other side, we're going to get back to talking some hockey. We got a couple of hockey topics and an on this date that someone reminded me of in Flyers post-game super chats last night that I just find entertaining. We'll talk about that as well. But I got to tell you about our presenting sponsor. Oh, sorry. Whether your favorite team wins or not, there's always another way to win on the BetParx online casino app. You got to check out brand new casino games like Huff N' More Puff and Fireblaze Sky Queen, which is a BetParx exclusive. It's the only app I use to play all my favorite casino games. And when I say all my favorites, I'm talking those hot online slots like the ones based on your favorite streaming shows like The Walking Dead and Breaking Bad, 88 Fortunes, Cash Eruption. And we're talking casino games like blackjack, roulette, craps, poker, baccarat. They have it all at the BetParx online casino. And right now is the time to get in because new users get up to $1,000 casino bonus back if you're down in the first 24 hours. Go to betparx.com and download the app right now and enjoy all the action and excitement from the casino at your fingertips. Must be 21 and in PA, Jersey, Maryland, or Michigan for BetParx. You love to play. You play to win. You bet. BetParx. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
All right, if your home needs a little bit of TLC, you're thinking about that next big vacation, or maybe you need some new repairs. It's never been a better time to use your home's equity to help you. With a TrueMark Financial HELOC Select, it's just even easier now. Rates have just dropped, and it's even more affordable to put that equity to work. So whether you need a new kitchen or AC's out of date and you need to repair it, or maybe you got to knock out some of that student loan debt, with HELOC Select, you can access all of your cash at once because sometimes you need it big up front, or you can just get it when you need it. It's total flexibility, just like a good game plan should be. So make it happen today by visiting one of TrueMark's 24 branches or head to TrueMark.com/PHLY and get in the game today. Federally insured by the NCUA, equal opportunity lender, NMLS number 404938.
Welcome back, and I lied going into break. I actually want to hit this social studies thing. I forgot I had this plan, but it really made me laugh yesterday. So I found this on ESP's Twitter, and it is a video. Oh, does it not exist anymore? That's great. It just got deleted somehow. That is upsetting. Well, anyway, maybe Tyler can find it, but either way,
nope, it's gone.
No, it's gone. Okay,
gone for eternity.
It was a video of Jalen Phillips being interviewed in the Eagles locker room yesterday. And Jalen Phillips spent 2 years at UCLA, then transferred to Miami. He was drafted 18th overall in 2021. He played and lived in Miami for 4.5 seasons. And he said getting traded to the Eagles is the greatest thing that ever happened to him. He is so elated. And when we talk about like gold standard organization and stuff, and listen, it used to be a joke, and to their credit, like Jeffrey Lurie's really done a great job. It must be such a stark contrast when you go from one of these clearly poorly run organizations like the Miami Dolphins and just show up with the Eagles. Like, record aside, it's probably like this place is just better. Like, even, yeah, man, I'm sure living in Miami is a ton of fun as a rich person. All right, Tyler found the video because he is an excellent producer, as the tweet I gave him got deleted. But yeah, let's just hear it straight from him because it's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I was excited day one. I mean, talk to me now. Like, this is literally the greatest thing that's happened to me in my whole life, probably. But it's just awesome. I mean, the guys are awesome. Everybody's been super welcoming. I love the environment here. I love the vibe here. The city of Philly's, giving me a very warm welcome. I got about 20 times the amount of Instagram likes that I ever got on a post before from Philly fans. So shout out to y'all.
That's how nuts we are.
But yeah, it's been great so far. Getting out there practicing. I love the weather here. I love the locker room. Like, everything's awesome.
It's just so funny. Like, yeah, man, he gets traded to a good team. He's happy. And then he spends one day in the building and he's like, oh my God. Like, it just must be, the vibes must be putrid in Miami. Like, and there's a lot of organizations. It's crazy because they're all worth $1 trillion. Like, oh yeah, this one's worth this. If an NFL team went up for sale, it'd go for $10 billion. Like, forget the valuation. That's what it would go for.
No NFL team is worth less than 4.
Yeah.
But your point is, like, it's going to probably be double that.
Yeah, it's going to, because you sell it like, okay, and how much are you going to make? Like, think about what Jeffrey Lurie bought the team for and what it's worth now. Like, that's all factored in. But, like, how bad must it be in Miami for this to be for this to be the greatest thing that's ever happened to him? Winning record is one thing, but he's like, I love the weather, and we're hearing that a little more. People don't like the sun every day. It's too much. You feel guilty for wanting to do nothing. Having a little bit of time to do nothing, it's very important, I think, for your mental health. But we give Howie a ton of credit, and he deserves it. He has orchestrated what is an amazing run of success and relevance for the Philadelphia Eagles. But Lurie's desire to make this that gold standard organization is what will keep them respected and viable, even when things turn for a year or two, because it's the NFL, they're going to. Like, no one's just good forever. But those downtimes will be less because this is a destination and it's just overall a well-run organization. When I hear that from Jalen Phillips, it's like, one, it's funny. Geez, how bad must the Dolphins locker room be? But also, yeah, I get it, because this is one of those destinations. It's not just a good team. It is a great organization.
You have, you use like cliche phrases, right? Gold standard and things like that. Like, you have
because
to.
It used to be a joke.
You have to. No, I don't mean you personally. I mean, when you use those phrases, you have to be able to back those things up.
Definitely.
The Eagles have become that backups to be able to back up that standard at this point. I think about. I always kind of jokingly say, I'm an extremely spoiled Eagles fan. At 31 years old, the Eagles have been good for a bulk of my life. Like, there's been pocket, 90s were bad, but I was young. There's been pockets. 05 we talked about, the last Doug Peterson year, the last Andy Reid year. There's been pockets of bad.
Sure.
But they have been at least competitive for most of my life. How many organizations in the NFL can you say over let's say a 20-year window, right? Even take from when I was 10 to when I'm 31. Take that pocket of time. How many organizations in the NFL, the Patriots, the Chiefs, that's about it. I guess San Francisco, but they've had some bad groupings of years.
They had some high highs. And listen, when you have a dynasty, that's going to happen.
You're going to have
the lows. They've come back and at least been relevant. But for the last 25 years, the Eagles, for the majority of that time, have been good and relevant. Like, even if they're not the best team, it's like, yeah, they're a headline team. They are very much a part of the NFL story. They are not like the Colts, where when they're bad, they just go away. You don't think about the AFC South teams that are bad. They're like, oh, they're on the schedule this year, huh? Oh, good for them. They're still around. Like, that's how you feel about the Texans.
The Titans are alive?
Yeah, I have a buddy who's a Titans fan. I'm like, they still got a team down there? Good for them, man.
They didn't go back to Houston. Oh, wait, there is a team in Houston. Wait, there's a team in Houston?
What the hell are either of these? They should just be one. Oh, they were. That makes sense. Like, that hasn't been the case at all with the Eagles. And when you see something like, Birds get a couple guys off the Jets, and they're like, oh, my God, thank you. Like, thank you for rescuing me. Like, dog, you're an NFL player. Like, you weren't living in a shack somewhere. No, you don't understand. You don't understand how bad these organizations are. It's wild, especially considering the resources. It's just, it's crazy to me. But I saw that on Twitter and had to bring it up. That is today's social studies segment. Now, before we get back to the Flyers, let's take our second break. Listen, gentlemen, I know it's cooling down outside. Last night was like legitimately cold. And when the weather starts to get a little crisp, maybe we're not thinking about sweat and BO as much as we need to. And that's where Mando comes in, baby, because Mando, all their products are baking soda free and paraben free, and they are outstanding whole body deodorants that not only deal with odor, but sweat control as well. These products for your entire body, they are clinically proven to control odor better than a shower with soap alone. And 12 hours after a shower, the average man's Grundle odor level was a 5 out of 10. With Mando, the average Grundle odor level is a 0 out of 10. Keep those Grundles fresh. Get yourself some Mando. Mando's starter pack is perfect for new customers. Comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products like maybe a body wash or a deodorant wipe, and plus it comes with free shipping. And as a special offer for our listeners, new customers now get 20% off site-wide with our exclusive code. Use code PHLY at shopmando.com for 20% off site-wide and free shipping. That's SHOPMANDO.com. Please support our show and tell them we sent you. Mando's got you covered with deodorant plus sweat control. Say goodbye to sweat stains and hello to long-lasting fresh Grundles.
All right, y'all. We love you. We appreciate you. We can't thank you enough for being a part of our PHLY community. So we're asking just a little bit more from you. If you would not mind, use that promo code, or excuse me, that QR code right there. You can scan it on your phone, or you can head to allphly.com/survey. You can tell us what you think about PHLY, the good, the bad, what you would like to change, what content you love to see. And it really helps us shape the content that we want to make in the future, whether it just be on our videos, our live streams, our pre and post game shows. We want you to have a say in how PHLY operates. That's why we call this a community. That's why we call this a family, because you guys are part of it, and we want to make sure that you get the opportunity to have your voice be heard. And you put your name in the drawing when you enter this survey for a $100 Amazon.com gift card. So there's a little extra bonus for you for signing up for this survey as well. So again, use that QR code on the screen there, or go to allphly.com/survey to take just a very brief one to help us continue to grow this community as best as we can.
All right, welcome back. And I got to get a little flyered up after last night's win over the Nashville Predators. Now, make no mistake, Nashville is a bad team, and the Flyers came out very flat in that first period. Shots were like 9-1, I think, at one point. It was a shooting gallery for a lot of that first period, but goalies are part of the team, too. I know we didn't think so last year. They were kind of just guys who were standing around. Maybe if it hit them, it wouldn't go in the net. But Dan Vladar absolutely kept this team alive until the offense woke up a little as the game progressed. They go on to win 3-1, and now the Flyers are on pace to put up 99 to 100. They're on pace for like 99.5 points, so I'm going to round up, say 100-point season. And again, do I think that this is going to be a 100-point team in the standings? I do not. That would be surprising to me, but listen, if the goaltending holds up, if the power play improves, right now, Matvei Michkov and Travis Konechny do not look good. Travis Konechny has a 6-game point streak. Listen, he's a good player, but he doesn't look right. And Mish, nowhere close to what we saw for most of last season. Yeah, that's concerning, but also the team looks pretty good without the guys who led the team in scoring last year. what happens when they do get, to the numbers on the back of the card, as they like to say in baseball? Like, I don't know. I bet you Travis Konechny ends up with somewhere between 68 and 78 points because that's typically what he does. I bet you Michkov scores over 20 goals even though he only has 2 through 14 games. Like, I just think they're going to come around. It's exciting because the Flyers in their last season, nearing this point total that they're on pace for now, they had 98 in 2018. They had 96 in 2016. They haven't had a 100 standings point season since they did it back-to-back years, 2011, then traded everybody, then did it again in 2012 with the Giroux-led team in Brizz's first year. It has been a long freaking time. That's why I'm telling everyone. And listen, I know, and thank you to everyone who tunes in to Philadelphia and PHLY Flyers every day. You're the sickos. We love you. You're going to break down every piece. And when they play well but not great against a bad team last night, and it's like, yeah, Michkov only played. Listen, we're part of it. We break all that stuff down. But I do want everyone out there who has been watching this team religiously since those last 100-point seasons and have been bitterly disappointed, take that one step back. Take that one step back and be like, we're watching good hockey, and we haven't had that for a lot of the last 5 years, especially.
Listen, I don't know what type of player Dan Vladar is over 50 games, but I know the player that he is over the first 9 has been way more good than bad. So, just to give you in some of the expected numbers, he's given up 19 goals this year. His expected goals against, 25. He has a plus 6 goals saved above expected, which puts him 9th in all of hockey, and only 3 of the guys in front of him have played more games. Darcy Kemper, Spencer Knight, and Connor Hellebuck are the only 3 that have played more games. And then you go to the goals against versus the goals expected. His goals against, 2.18. Goals expected, 2.87. He's at 0.69 in that category as well. So he has really elevated this Fly. I know, again, it's only 9 games, but he has been an elevator for this Flyers team that last year, may have been a playoff contender if you just put average in net.
Listen, that was not a good team last season, and they hated the coach so much he probably shouldn't have come back last year, and they overestimated, the front office did, how much healing could be done over an offseason between the locker room and the coach. But they had the worst goaltending in December around Christmas. Charlie's writing articles yeah, man, this is no team save percentage, if this keeps up, has been this bad since 1986, back before they invented goaltending, basically.
Guys were just standing there.
Yeah, they're just Wayne Gretzky just shot along the ice. The guy's just throwing his legs at it. I don't know, just stop it. What are you doing? Just ridiculous. If the power play wasn't the worst we'd ever seen and the goaltending wasn't the worst they'd ever seen, they'd at least be in the mix. But it was those things, so they were the 4th worst team in hockey. But now you're starting to see just things level up a tiny bit, and what could be possible once they complete this thing. Some more of the prospects get here. Maybe they make a big move or two. It's just starting to get exciting. All right, I do want to hit this on this date. No, it's only a couple of years ago, and it happened in this very room, Tyler Zulli. November 7th, 2023, the Philadelphia Flyers, they take an early season trip out west to San Jose. The Sharks entered the game 0-10-1. They had scored 12 goals in 11 games. They'd lost their previous 2 games by a total score of 20-3. And then they beat the Philadelphia Flyers. Mackenzie Blackwood came into the game with an .879 save percentage and held the Flyers to 1 goal on 39 shots. And San Jose won 2-1 for their first win of the season. And listen, it's a long season. It's hockey. I know. I've been doing this a while. They were going to win eventually and actually won their very next game against Edmonton. And Edmonton then 2 days later fired their coach, went on to go to the Stanley Cup final. But I had enough up to that point. And on that Flyers post game, I just had to let it go a little. I just got us everything we said about this team being better than we thought. It's over. Dead. They just literally, and I know I'm using literally incorrectly here, but there's no proof that I'm using it incorrectly. They just literally pissed all over themselves. And you know what? John Tortorella, the head coach who's hiring, I was kind of meh on, but he grew on me, and I have since decided I like him for the rebuild. He's on my personal hot seat. You can't be the we maintain a standard guy and then watch your team come out lackluster against an AHL Sharks team that they should honestly be terrified to lose to and pumped to pad their stats against. There wasn't anyone I saw in the first 40 minutes of that game who was like seething to get their hat trick. To get, oh baby, I'm going to be a point of game player after this one. This is it for me. There was not one guy.
One goal, and it barely went in.
Barely. I'm still not positive it went in. You can't be. Well, something happened. It's a weird day here at the office.
The mice are eating the cables, I think.
The mice are eating the cables. That's the problem. Yeah, anyway, I ranted for the thing is 3 minutes long. It was November 7th. Maybe we'll post it in the on the Flyers show, but that is all the time we have for you on Philadelphia today. But before we get out of here, I got to tell you about Flyers Star Wars Day. They have their Star Wars game coming up tomorrow. You can get tickets at PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. They are giving away these awesome posters. That's right, dark side, light side posters. Gritty's going to be a Jedi. There's going to be all sorts of Star Wars themed stuff. It's a 1 p.m. game, so bring the kids. It'll be a fun day down, watch some hockey, do some Star Wars things. People love that. It's going to be a ton of fun. PhiladelphiaFlyers.com. All right. Thank you all for listening. Thanks for hanging out. Tune in to the PHLY Flyers show at 4 p.m. today to hear Charlie and I talk more about this team. Follow me on Twitter at PhiladelphiaPHLY and follow the podcast. Just search Philadelphia. That's it. I'm Bill Matz. Thank you to Tyler. Till Monday. Be excellent to each other.
We all silly like the mayor.